I wish you guys started on this creative work thing 20 years ago because I feel like creative work died and being intuitive sort of died. And some older dudes here might know what I'm talking about when I'm saying that the internet had completely killed it in some ways. And the main difference is that back in the day, there weren't so many tools to analyze what works. You would have to develop a very high intuition for what people are going to like, what's going to touch people, what's going to make people feel like, wow, this is awesome. And I feel like the basis of creativity, what makes it great is developing that intuition and honing it and playing the game that way. So like I know for sure that for myself, I just was more in my natural habitat when you couldn't really measure your creative success other than, people clicked favorite on your thing on DeviantArt, or the look on your friends' faces when they saw your work, or your client giving you great feedback. But compared to the way it was back when I started, which really favored the creatives, right? The creative types, the intuitive types. What we've gotten over the years are more and more tools to measure the success of what we're making online and measure it to an extreme level of granularity. So for example, if we're talking about a YouTube video, you have all these tools. You check your CTR and your average view duration, and you can literally scrutinize every second of your video to understand what kept audiences engaged. And that is seemingly great because you want to do better next time, right? But not entirely, because what ended up happening is two things. One is this new measured environment favors a very specific type of person, an engagement scientist, a systems person. I don't know what to call it. I don't know the psychological profile, but it's a different one than the intuitive. So we have a space, the creative space, that was shifted into favoring optimization and number bros, so that when people that used to thrive in creative pursuits are kind of pushed out. But then even if you try to look at it positively and say, great, we now have the tools to better measure what we're doing and we can be more successful, yada, yada. I think that what really ends up happening is that using numbers and engagement metric to optimize creative work ends up making it not creative, because apparently the psychological mechanisms that keep people engaged are always roughly the same. And so you start getting these best practices that everybody's aware of, which makes all the content and art and whatnot the same, because everybody wants to eat, right? Everybody wants to succeed, and there's no time to be out there experimenting when your life is on the line and the guy next to you is using advanced analytics, psychological warfare, and an AI to milk everybody's limbic system. And I just feel like, man, I wish you were there when we were doing this 20 years ago to understand how different the space was. These are even simple things like it used to be that you could win on the internet in job applications with eye candy. If you could make eye candy, someone would love your shit. Someone would hire you. And now it's like eye candy is literally worthless. It's all systems and metrics and KPIs and business, yada, yada. And if you're not into that, you're kind of dead. Not to talk about, competition. When I started, if you were pretty good in the online spaces that existed back then, you were a real winner. Nowadays, it's like 1 million kids doing it way better than you. And recently, those million kids got owned by AI doing it faster than them. And so just reflecting back on it is all like shit got turned upside down so fucking fast. And they're saying that it's going to go even faster from now on. Like you blinked and literally everything changed. 20 years is not a long time. I don't have a point here. I just want to say that, man, I wish you could feel what it was like back then because it was simpler and it was nicer. Like imagine dating someone, not having to worry about somebody sliding into their DMs because there were no fucking DMs. It was great. And you really did feel like a big fish in the small pond that was the internet. I'm even thinking about something like graphic design. When I started, all you cared about was making cool shit. And after a few years, it suddenly turned into design systems that, and CTR psychology this, and A/B tests and handoff procedures. And you should have been there, man. It was so much more fun. This new measured world is, in a way, it's like, it's bedazzling, but it's boring. Not just for creatives, but the shit that is being produced feels lifeless. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I don't know. Maybe there's also just so much shit that you don't know right from left anymore. There are no more true heroes of anything. I'm thinking about like guitar heroes. Like think about the days we had 3 guitar heroes who could shred, like Steve Vai and Malmsteen and Satriani. Like nowadays you open Instagram, there are like 3 million Insta shredders. How about movie stars? We don't have movie stars anymore because content is scattered. Everybody's life is to share online. Nobody's an enigma anymore. Nothing feels unique. There are no mystery. I don't know. I just, I made this video because I figured I don't think I'm going to be a success on YouTube, honestly. And, but at least I can have fun and be honest. So there's that, because I don't think that I fit the profile. I can't be sitting there and optimizing and be a Mr. Beast type person. It's just never who I was and not who I'm gonna be. Like think about marketing jobs, you know? Marketing used to be like a VP marketing used to be all about brand. It was like brand this and brand that, and it was all like creative and we'll make people feel like this and that. And now it's like all KPIs. It's all metrics. Everything turned into metrics. So I don't know. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you weren't there, then just listen to Unc about the good old times. All right, peace.